So today we will see about EBS, which is the storage in Amazon Web Services. So EBS is mainly for storing the data in the service. Okay, so we are going to talk about EBS. So first let's consider a region. Okay. So let's say that we are present in a region, and this region is US East 1. Okay, so US East 1 at least has 6 availability zones, right? So now what we'll do, we'll just take 3 availability zones and work on it. So we are considering 3 availability zones. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a server, a simple server. Same process, I'm going to EC2 and then launch instances, and then it can be anything. I'm just trying to create a default server that we can use for testing our EBS volumes. So configure instance details, everything I'm giving it a default value. Security group, I'm just choosing something from the list. And then I'm going to click on launch and launch the instances. Okay, my instance is launched. When you go ahead and see here, do you see storage here? And you see that there is a device, there is a volume attached to our server. Okay, so what we did, we just created a server here. We created an EC2 server, and automatically what it did, it created a volume for us. So volume are hard disk for us. So where can we see these volumes? We know that our server is having a hard disk attached to it. Where can we see our volumes? So if you see on the left side tab, there is a place called volumes, right? Did we create anything here? No. But when we created a server, automatically a volume got created. And now what we'll do, we'll assume a scenario that this volume, right, we'll copy it out. We'll assume that this volume is of 8 gigs. And what happened? People kept on adding data. So first it was 30% full, 20%, like 50% full, 90% and 100%. This volume has been filled up. So will we be able to save any of the data in this hard disk? No, because it is already full. So in that time, what we'll do, we'll create a new volume. We'll create a new volume and try to attach it to the server. Okay, so this volume would be of 8 gigs. And this is the root volume. We'll try to attach another volume which is of size 1 gigs. Okay. So let's see how to create it. So I'm going here. The process is again very simple. Click on create a volume and it says size. So this is the type. I'm just going to choose general purpose, which comes under free tier account. And size, I'm going to give it just 1 gigs because we are just testing out the volumes. And availability zones, So we are in the region US East 1, correct? So what are all the availability zones that could be present? East 1A, 1B, and then let's assume this is 1C. So can we create this new volume in this availability zone and try to attach it here? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll try to create it in a different availability zone. Before that, we have to verify where our server is present, right? So I'm going to duplicate my tab. I'm going to EC2 instances. Okay. This is my instance that's running. So my instance is in AP South 1B. So according to this diagram, my server is not present here. My server is present here, and my root volume is also present here. How am I telling that my root volume is present here? We'll verify that as well. Volumes, there's one root volume already present, and it's also present in 1B. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another volume of 1 GB in AP South 1A, which is availability zone 1A. And I'm just going to click on create a volume. So the volume is getting created. We have to wait till it becomes an available status. So we have 1 GB volume here. We have our server in availability zone 1B and a root volume. Let's try to attach this volume that we created in 1A to this server. Okay. We'll wait for, okay, now it's in available status, our volume. So I'm going to actions, attach a volume. When I select a drop down, it's not showing me any instance that I can attach to, because volume is in 1A, right? And it's trying to attach to any server in 1A only. So if a server is in 1B, we cannot attach to it. So ideally what we have to do, we have to create another volume in 1B. That is when we will be able to attach it to the server. So let's try to do that. So create another volume, again 1 GB. Here availability zone I am going to choose 1B because my server is running in 1B location. Create a volume. Let's wait and see if this volume is created. Okay, it's in available status. So the second one is in AZ1B. I'm clicking on that, actions, attach volume. See, I have my instance highlighted here. I'm clicking on this and clicking on attach volume. So I'm going to instances again. This is my running instance. I'm checking on the storage. It's still not yet reflected. Let me refresh the page again. So you see here, right? We have one hard disk which is of 8 gigs, another hard disk which is of 1 gigs. So 1 gigs volume is also attached to our server. Also one more thing, now we have created a volume, and the volume is currently attached to the server. One volume is attached to the server, the other volume is in available status, which means it's not attached to any server. Let me try to delete the one which is not attached to any server. Delete a volume. It's getting deleted without any issues. But when I try to delete this volume which is attached to a server, which is in use, Let's see what happens. So I'm trying to delete the volume, and that option is not even highlighted. So what I have to do, first I have to detach the volume and then I have to delete it. So it's detached. Let's wait for it to become in available status. Now it's in available status, which means it's not attached to any server. Now I can go ahead here and delete the volumes. Okay. So this is a simple process of creating volumes and deleting the volumes.